Greetings everybody, I am back again with another mail order durian collection. So this is the third box that I've been sent from Year of the Durian. Year of the Durian is a blog and website that is run by Lindsay Gasick, who is, well, I'm like a fruit hunter. She is specifically a durian hunter. She goes all around the world and tracks down rare species of durian, rare varieties of durian, and just everything durian. So this is a new project that she's been doing where she goes to areas that produce durians, finds really good and really interesting ones, and then ships them internationally to go to the United States where she can distribute them around the US. This is a really incredible thing because it's a way to get very rare, very specific durian varieties that you would not be able to find unless you went to remote areas around the world. One of the main reasons why I have this channel is to increase awareness of the different varieties of fruit and plants that are out there in the world. A lot of them are getting neglected, some of them get destroyed because people just don't know about them. I think it's very important to preserve the diversity of plant life out there. And stuff like this helps that. It definitely helps that. So thank you so much to Lindsay from Year of the Durian for sending this to me. I'll put information in the description below if anyone watching is interested in getting your own box of durian. The first time she sent me mail order durian was durians from the Philippines. The second time was from Borneo. This time is from Thailand. What I love about these boxes is that she puts so much into them. So on the outside it's got these wonderful graphics on it and little stories about where the durians come from. So you actually get a chance to sort of meet the people who are involved in the fruit that you're eating, which is kind of awesome. It's got little postcards that have descriptions on the different flavor profiles for each durian, as well as an order to eat them in. The monthong. Usually if you get a durian from an Asian supermarket, it will be a monthong. However, it will be a monthong that was picked early, before it was entirely ripe, and then it's ripened artificially by using gas, like ethylene gas or something, and then it's frozen and then shipped to the US. Like an unripe, artificially ripened, frozen durian, which tastes exactly how it sounds. Not very good. This one was tree dropped, so this one is going to have a much nicer taste. The first time I had durian for the channel was probably a monthong. Oh, yeah. That is pungent, very oniony, very sulfuric. When people say they don't like durian, they're usually talking about a monthong, because not all durians have that pungency, and some people like that pungency, some people don't. Me, didn't like it at first, won't lie, but now I actually do like it. These are flash frozen, so it's a way to freeze it that doesn't destroy the fruit. And this feels fresh. In my hands, this feels fresh. I can like grab a piece of it. I mean, it's cold. It feels more like it refrigerated though than frozen. Yeah, that like separates the way durian would normally separate. It's not like all mush the way that a frozen durian would be if you got it from a supermarket in the US. Oh yeah. It's got a vanilla taste to it, and a custard taste. It's very eggy. There's like a touch of like an oniony taste to it. Very sweet. Sweetness is probably an 8 out of 10. I've had this exact type of durian before, fresh, in Southeast Asia, and it didn't taste half as good as this. This is really good. And what's notable about it is it's sweeter and the flavor is stronger. And not the flavor that some people find objectionable, like the bitterness and oniony taste, That's still relatively low. Actually, there's like no bitterness to this at all. But the oniony taste is fairly low. It's just like a strong vanilla sugar taste. There is an egginess to it, but it's not like an egg that's gone bad, the way some durians taste like. It's like an egg custard sort of taste. So a short break to just give a fun fact about where these are from. These are from Chanthaburi, Thailand, which is, according to Lindsay's cheat sheet here, it is nestled against Cambodia on the far east side of Thailand. It is a contradictory place where greedy wild elephants still riot through old farms, growing ancient durian varieties, while durian export warehouses sprout like dandelions to supply the incessant desires from China. Yeah, so most of the durian that you get in China comes from this part of the world. I'll give some more information in a bit, but let's move on to the next one, the Puang Mani. Lindsay says that this one is a burnt rose gold-colored little durian that is intensely sweet and buttery. Ooh, smells good. Oh yeah, the texture on this is much firmer than the monthong, but still pretty soft and creamy. Now I've had my share of durians, but I'm not like a total connoisseur here. So for me, it tastes very similar to the monthong. However, it is more fatty tasting and not quite as sweet. The sweetness is maybe a 6 out of 10 rather than an 8 out of 10. Even though this is a fruit, this tastes like there's actual like milk in there, like butter and milk. It's a very creamy tasting. This is the Nuan Thong Chan. So before I eat that, let's give another fun fact about Thailand. Chanthaburi grows the most durian of any place in the whole world. But here's the thing, it's a monoculture. Over 90% of durian grown in Chanthaburi is monthong. These monthong are cut up 9 days underripe, painted with an artificial ripening agent, and will never taste like what durians taste like if you could eat them here. Okay, so let's open the hybrid. Yeah, the color on this one is a nice bright orange, very different than the first two. The smell on it is not as strong. The texture is, it's firm, but then very soft when you bite through like the outer membrane of it. This one tastes like the other two, but I'm detecting a little bit of a fruit flavor, like a hint of like a fruitiness to it. The first two had no tartness, like hardly at all. This one's got a little touch, not a lot, but like a little bit of a bite. But it's also very sweet. This is maybe like a 7 out of 10 on sweetness. It's almost a little bit like Borneo durians that I had, where there's like a touch of a peanut butter sort of flavor to it. Not strongly, but there's like a little nuttiness to this, a little fruitiness to this, that I'm not getting so much with the first two. We've got a tree fallen Cheney, and Lindsay says that this one is the favorite of grandmas and grandpas across Thailand. The Cheney is fatty and rich with a bite that is almost medicinal. And I've given all my fun facts about Thailand that I was going to say, but just a few things about the box. This thing costs $97 for a box like this. I think $97 sounds like a pretty high price when you're buying fruit, but when you consider all the work that's been put into this and the amount of fruit that you're getting and where it came from, that's pretty good. That's a good price. I'm surprised it is that cheap. Alright, so let's get this Cheney. It is falling out of my fingers. Super soft. It is like a liquid. You could eat this with a straw. The Cheney is very different than those first three. The sweetness is maybe a little bit less. I'd say like a 5 or 6. There's a touch of a tartness there, but not much. There is a fruit flavor in this that I'm not getting from the first three. The The third one maybe has a little of a fruity flavor, but this one has more of it. And that fruity flavor reminds me of like drinking the milk from the bottom of a bowl of Fruit Loops. I'm going to rate these. First goes the Nonstop. This is my favorite one out of all of these. It has the nice parts of the first two, but it also has an additional little peanutty sort of flavor to it and a little bit of a fruitiness to it that I like. Touch of tartness, and the texture is a little bit firm, so I like that about it. Number 2, I would give it to the Monthong, and that would not normally be the case. It is amazing to try a Monthong that tastes this good after I've had so many that I did not really like that much. So yeah, trying one that has been tree dropped gets a few extra points just because it's something that I recognize, but I've never had this sort of quality before. Third place goes to the Cheney, just because it has like that milky Fruit Loop thing going on. I like it. It's nice, milky flavor. Not as strong as the other ones, but it is really good. The fourth place goes to the Puang Mani. It's not bad. I like it a lot. However, it is quite similar to the Monthong, just not as sweet. And since the Cheney and the Nuang Tong Chan are a little bit more unique compared to this one, I'm giving it 4th place. Thank you once again to Lindsay over at yearofthedurian.com for sending me all these wonderful durians. If anyone's interested in this, check out the link in the description below. Otherwise, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I want to give a special shout out to AltPod and Smarter Every Day. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon is how this channel happens. It's how I can afford to do all the things that I do. So if you want to help me out by supporting the channel and getting some bonuses along the way, check out the description. I also have these shirts for sale. Those are in the description as well. See you next time. Bye.